Because I love gorillas.
Really? You're kidding.
I love gorillas. I've loved gorillas since I was a little kid. It's always been, I wanted a gorilla so bad that my mom, when we went to go visit her friend in Bellevue, Seattle, they took me to the zoo, and there had just been a baby gorilla born.
Whoa.
And I got a stuffed animal that was the baby gorilla, but I couldn't take the baby gorilla with me. I didn't quite understand why I couldn't do that.
How old were you?
I was probably I want to say 5, but I was probably maybe 7.
Okay.
I was still under the age of 10.
Yeah.
So I knew.
So we'll give you that one.
I was.
If you said like 10 or 12, I'm like, you don't understand why you can't take her.
I knew, but then you have Jane Goodall, who's living with the chimpanzees, and then you have all these people who are doing this great work with primates and gorillas and all the different monkey. Now I'm learning to keep my hands way out here. Now they're just going super far. I just thought it was so cool. I wanted to be a primatologist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I went through all of the different. I wanted to be a primatologist. I wanted to be a marine biologist so I could study sharks. Mm-hmm. And then I eventually made it to where I am today, not doing either of those.
Well, I wanted to when I was 5. I wanted to be a rock star. That was my thing. My mom got me on video saying that.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to be? And I had these cool red sunglasses on and this like T-shirt that had these like weird lines on it and stuff. I remember the video, and she's like, "What do you want to be when you're older?" I'm like, "I'm gonna be a rock star."
Well, you have your mic now.
Well, yeah. I don't know if this is rock, but yeah,
it's a version.
It's verbal, conversational rock. This whole conversation rocks, man. Yeah. Yeah, the things we talk about being, this is an exploration, like I'm witnessing this with my daughter firsthand, is that extremely devoted to being a barrel racer when she was younger. And now, at least from what I observe, it's a little bit on the fence. It's like, she kind of rides here and there, but she's really more involved in softball and school, and she's doing a play thing with school. So it's like getting more involved in that stuff means there's less time to really be committed into the barrel racing thing. So it's interesting, the course of our life, like how do we become who we are? Like, unless you have, I think, when I think about like professional athletes, like to become at that professional level where you're being paid millions of dollars a year to play that sport, it wasn't just like, haters come out and like, oh, he doesn't get it, she doesn't deserve it or something. It's like, do you understand that since this person was 7 years old, they have been like going to soccer practice 4 days a week. They have been dealing with coaches and therapy and dietitians and strengthening, and they've been gone through several injuries, and they've healed from it, and they've missed all these things, social events, because they had a game on the weekend. And it's like, and then high school happens, and then college, and it's like this sport has been their life ever since they were a kid. Like, you have to put out respect to anybody that gets a contract, because it's like that has been their everything for their entire life. So it's like a huge deal. But I feel like if you don't have, like you're talking about, like the marine biologist or the primatologist, I don't know like your childhood backing or anything background, but it's like if you didn't have that backing, like a team of people, like, we're going to make sure you get the primatologist job. We're going to make sure you're going to take extra classes on gorillas and baboons today, and tomorrow is orangutans, and it's going to be like a whole thing, right? And it's like people are backing you, and we're going to introduce you to Jane Goodall. She's coming in to do a lecture, and you're going to go meet. It's like, without all of that, and it's just, I think life just kind of happens, right? And if without like a projected plan where somebody is overseeing that, the outcome of that plan for a child, like, it's very difficult, I think, for a kid to just self-actualize that on their own.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think there's a lot that happens that they're motivated through the drive of curiosity, or it feels really good to do really good at this, so I'm going to keep doing this. And also to have the family backing or your parent backing or school, something like that. I also think this is with, because there's, not to bring it back to one side or the other, but for men and women, you have some careers that are very male dominated. You have some careers that are very female dominated. And people saying, well, we need more men over here. We need more women over here. And it needs to be more equal. But that's also from their youth too. It's not just, do a lot of women have an interest in doing this job over here that's male dominated? And if they were to apply, would they get the job? I don't know. It depends on who's there and what's happening. But to say that, there is a little bit of a discrepancy, I think, with both. But it's also, do men have an interest in doing this job that's women dominated? And do women have an interest doing the job that men are interested, or that's more male dominated? Because to me, I find engineering really cool. I don't quite understand it, or, physics or something I'm trying to think of something that's male dominated that I'm interested in. But if you don't have
being
that,
a rock star,
there you go. Oh gosh. But if you don't have that support that's actually helping you and pushing you into that, okay, cool, this is what you want to do. We're going to help you get there.
Right.
Most women, you kind of just, okay, I'm just going to go this direction and this is what I choose. And same with men. And then at some point you may want to try something new and go into a male dominated place or female dominated place. And that, I think there's just a lot of, how do I want to say this? I feel like it's a lot of, not anger, kind of pointing the finger of like, there's not a, more women need to be in this career field and they're not in there. And so this is now like a bad, gosh, how do I want to say this? You might have to cut this part out because I'm not getting it out as eloquently as I would want to.
We're not editing it out. We're going to catch every mistake. No.
Oh gosh. I just feel that there's some things where people are trying to push women into or push men into.
Yeah.
But it's also may not be the interest of that gender to go into that career.
Yeah.
Or that direction.
Yeah. And I don't know that we should cut that part out because I feel like the struggle is part of the digging it out, right? Rooting out the marrow of the whole topic. It's like, it takes a second, right? It's not so eloquently done.